Welcome to This Is Your Life TV show.
Our invited guests today are the Shining Stars.
This edition is going to be better than the last one. Moses and his top 10 greatest plaques.
It's plagues. Why do you say that?
By the time we got to plague number 9, the audience couldn't see. They were starving and itching to stay.
I get it. Anyways, today we have the Shining Stars, everyone.
The Shining Stars? That's a fantastic name. Are they a band? I need to download their album.
No, they are not a band.
Are they superheroes like the Fantastic Four?
No, you don't have to be a superhero to be a shining star in a band. How many times do I have to tell you this?
A lot, because why are they shining?
These shining stars have done some amazing things for the glory of God. Let's introduce them. Our first guest is Louis Latimer.
Good morning. Does that light bulb light up without electricity?
No, it doesn't.
That would have been so cool. I thought you had superpowers.
OMG, I told you, the shining stars don't have superpowers.
I may not have superpowers, but I have God's power.
How is that?
I have creativity. I have done what Jesus said in Matthew 5:14, to go and be the light of the world.
And how did you do that?
I made a better light bulb. I received a partner for the process of manufacturing carbon, a method that increased the life of light bulbs.
That is awesome. What else did you do?
I invented an early version of the air conditioner in the water closet on trains.
That's a toilet. You did something for Alexander Graham Bell?
Yes, I did.
Who is it?
This is Alexander Graham Bell.
We have your friend Louis Latimer on our show today.
Yes, I know. I was going to come in person, but then I thought I would call in. Get it? Call in.
Yes, sir, we do. On the telephone.
How did Mr. Latimer help you with the telephone?
Louis made great drawings. He was also a patient expert. He submitted the drawings for product designs with all of the proper paperwork. He could have been a lawyer, you know.
That is impressive. Thank you, Mr. Bell.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Latimer, for letting your light shine.
Our next guest is Isabel Pumphrey. Let's welcome her now. You know her as Soldier of Truth? Miss Truth, how did your name get changed from Isabel Pumphrey to Soldier of Truth?
Even as a slave, I have daily tasks with God. And even though I can't read holding a Bible, I know that Psalms 119 and 105 says that God's word is a lamp before my feet and a light for my journey.
How has God's word been a light for your journey?
I became a prophet for the Lord. I had to speak on God's behalf to help other slaves and women know the truth of freedom. And God was with me all the way.
Wow.
Who is this with you?
My son Peter.
So why did you bring him today, Sister Truth?
I was a slave in New York State. It was against the law to sell us stuff because then we would be slaves for life. In New York, children would be free. After they grew up, but my son was sold in the South anyway.
What did you do?
took that man who thought he owned me to court to get back.
You were the first black woman to sue a white man in court and win, right?
Yes, and then I helped others free black women through children being snatched from them, Washington, D.C., and taken to Maryland to be slaves.
Well, you certainly are a traveler for truth. Thanks for sharing your story. Our next guest is Hudson. Oh my God, this is Jennifer. Can I have a hug? Thank you. Jennifer.
You love me, Jennifer?
So do I. So do I. You're on my wall. Does the microphone mean you sing in a band?
I sing, but no, I am not in a band. Sometimes the band is in the background.
I told you that the Shining Stars was not a band.
I was just wondering if she has a microphone.
So then why are you asking to just stop? Jennifer, what kind of songs do you sing?
Mostly R&B.
I heard that as you started your career, something that could have discouraged you happened.
Actually, we have a special guest who is going to talk about that. Audience, let's welcome Simon Cowell.
Tell us about what you did to Jennifer.
She was following up the show American Idol. I told her you're out here after this competition.
Yes, it is, but I had too much get up and go to let that stop me. In Luke 8:54, Jesus told the child to get up. I remember those words, and I had to trust God. I starred in a film called Dream Girls, and I won an Academy Award for my role as Effie. Later, my self-titled album won a 2009 Grammy.
And I sent her an note before the Academy Awards. It said, what you have done is literally extraordinary. I think you're going to win, and you deserve it.
I'm really going to download your music. Can you send me that app, please?
Thank you. Let's give Jennifer Hudson a hand. Oh, and Simon too. Our next guest is Nelson Mandela.
Mr. Mandela, all the other guests had something in their hands. Yours is empty.
My hands are full of freedom and forgiveness.
Tell us about that.
I spent many years in prison for the cause of freedom for all people. When I was released, I chose to forgive. I chose to live my life with love and follow the example of Christ, as Paul says in Ephesians 5:2.
After you spent all those years in prison, what happened?
I became the first black president of South Africa.
Wow.
During my term, I worked for truth and reconciliation. I promoted land reforms and expanded healthcare services so that people could live a little better.
Do you have any special words for our audience, Mr. Mandela?
Yes, do not go to jail.
Anything besides that?
Yes, I do. Together as a nation, we have the obligation to put sunshine into our hearts of our little ones.
Well said, sir. Let's give a hand for Nelson Mandela as we welcome our last guest,
Go for it.
Gabby Douglas.
Just look at that gold. Is it real?
Can
I open it and eat chocolate?
Yes, it's real and not fake. I won this in 2012 Olympic Games. You won the gold medal for what event?
I won the gold medal for the individual, all-around, and team competition. I was the first African American to win both medals in the team competitions, and the first American gymnast to win both awards in the Olympics.
Well, that took you a while to get. That's incredible. We have a special guest today just for you. It's your coach.
Coach Langley. Come on, Coach Langley. What was it like to coach Gabby?
Well, I mean, it is an honor and a privilege. The Bible says in Philippians 2:15 that Christians should shine like stars. My flying squirrel truly led to my shine. Amen. Amen.
Is that a nickname or what?
Because you like to eat nuts?
No, it's because when I do my release moves, I fly so high in the air that my used-to-be ponytail was like a squirrel tail, and I wiggled my nose.
Thank you, Gabby, for sharing with us. Let's give her a hand. Now do you see why these people are called shining stars?
No, I still don't get it.
They have allowed their gifts and talents and their callings to shine brightly for God. Jesus says that you are the light of the world.
Well, since we are the light of the world, let's shine so everyone can see what we're doing and glorify God.
Exactly. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed